Today morning, I get a call from Dimapur in Nagaland, where I was posted for some time. A beautiful place in the northeast. And the person talking to me talked about some problem of his. He was not getting over it. It reminded me of one small incident. While in the evening, I should go for a walk. So while I was crossing a house, I saw a cross-looking little girl sat on the doorstep on the backyard and glazing, looking into the space. Very cute because the children are very cute. Uh, it was where I sat with her when I talked. You see, it was actually her fourth birthday, but unfortunately, her parents were preoccupied with the chronic problems of how to meet the rent, and I had not remembered it even late in the afternoon. All promises of atonement was coldly rejected as she went to bed, hugging her grief. Not for all birthday presents in the world would she have admitted that she had been enjoying herself hugely. She had been actually the heroine of the heartening tragedy. And she had been getting an emotional stranglehold on her parents that would cover her own transgression for many a days. My friend, the little girl is still vivid to me. Like far off, but still clear, vibrations I can feel of her sufferings. She is, I have to admit ruefully, myself, for I can still enjoy a good wrong. I can still persuade myself in self-indulgent moments that I have been snubbed, misunderstood, or unappreciated. The only difference is that I am now, to some extent, wise to myself. I am also wise to my friends when, for no apparent reason, they retire to heights of gloomy aloofness. It takes forthright character, my friend, to come straight out and say, "Why didn't you ask me to your party? I'm your best friend, and I am sure." The answer might be so reasonable that my grievances would have a leg to stand on and would inevitably fall flat. My friend, just think it over. Are you also a grievance collector? The majority of us go about with a lofty, frozen air of hurt, which gets loftier and frostier as the offender lamentably fails to recognize and admit his or her offense. But sooner or later, we forget that we had so grievously offended us, or admit privately that we were just indulging in a first-class emotional spree. My friend, grievance collectors can be of any age, but I think they all start young. The primary urge may spring from a temperamental inclination towards self-dramatization. Even those of us who are not grievance collectors, often have a pet grievance, which we surely have the heart to toss out in its niche. If we think we are not appreciated, don't you think it is a good idea to ask yourself one simple question? Why? It seems to me that people who complains, they are unlucky and have some defects in themselves which in some ways contribute uh, to their misfortunes. I have come to recognize that my own bad way, my own bad breaks are related to the bad spots in my capacity and character. It's me. It's me alone who is responsible. Those who seems to have a legitimate complaint I've noticed against fate. Like you see some challenged people, handicapped people, the blind, the crippled, the apparently disinterested one are the least likely to complain. They never, ever, they do not unload their bitterness and their resentment on innocent friends and neighbors as we able-bodied people, fully healthy people do it oftenly. And it becomes our nature to be nothing but a grievance collector and keep harming ourselves. My friend, there is a cure for a grievance collecting fever. When you feel the temperature is rising, give the cure a fair trial. Take yourself to scruff of the neck, set yourself to the witness stand, and then simply conduct a ruthless self-examination. What have you done for others, my friend, that you should expect such tender consideration from them or from anybody else? Ask yourself, are you really clever? You're as clever and as good as you think? You'll get an answer. Who and what are you that you alone of all men should be spared pain, neglect, and injustice? Give it a thought. You'll get an answer for yourself. My friend, force yourself to look your grievances in the face. And it's my belief, not only a belief, my observation and experience, that people are normally and generally not unjust or unkind. They respond. प्यार दे, प्यार ले. इज्जत दे, इज्जत ले. Evaluate the grievances, then toss it out of court. Do not let the thing or that problem unresolved, and it should carry on unresolved into your subconscious. Do not let your grievances sink unresolved into your subconscious to breed like poisonous bacteria in your emotional bloodstream. Very dangerous. Even if my friend, my suggestion, have a genuine grievances, don't put it in a glass case and gloat over it, brood over it. Never. Believe me, you will travel with a lighter heart and a surer foot without it. You will be flying so light, feeling so light. So my friend, simple suggestion remains. Examine yourself the way I've said and never be a grievance collector. Forgive reasonably, rightfully, and move on. Thank you very much.